Today's editorial page is dedicated to the misunderstanding of the triangle. Former Knick Brandon Jennings had this to say to our own Stefan Bondy. All right, quote, "I didn't really understand the triangle. I think that was my biggest thing. I really didn't understand it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I just felt like the way the game is being played today, I just felt like you've got to score." Well, you just heard what Jennings had to say about the triangle. A lot of guys have struggled with the triangle offense. Should the Knicks just get rid of it?
Well, no, because Phil, as long as Phil's around, I mean, that's his expertise. That's kind of what he came here to do. And at this point, it's almost like it's a good thing when he's committed to something, because they've waffled back and forth and they've wasted just yet another season running half the triangle, running half not the triangle. So it's almost good for him to finally commit to something. The problem is he has to find the players that actually embrace and fit the system, and it would help if he can find a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant.
Are there those players out there anymore?
Well, I'm sure there are, but I mean, my question then, Steph, is what has he been waiting for? I mean, it's been 3 years. I mean, if you're going to go out there and you're going to have the press conference, you're going to talk about the triangle offense, why'd we have to go through this? Derrick Rose is not a triangle player. I mean, Brandon Jennings is not a triangle player. Carmelo Anthony is not even a triangle player. Then why not go out there and stick to your guns initially and bring the players and have a scouting department to find the players that exactly fit the offense and your dream as Knicks president? He didn't do that.
Well, he made a mistake, and at the time, I applauded him for doing it, but he placated Carmelo Anthony's timeline. He said, all right, he left that meeting last season and said, I'm going to get you players to win now since your career is at that point. But in doing that, he basically undercut himself, and now he wasted yet another season because it didn't work out.
I'm not buying that, because this guy is shown, and this is another example of it. He thinks he's smarter than everybody. He thinks he could put an elephant through the needle of an eye. I mean, you say it on the news. What did he on the nose? Why did he wait so long? Why is he married to this thing? And the guy blame is Dolan, because Dolan's the guy who hired this guy, no matter how you cut it, and is allowing him to stay and is putting his faith in him. Anybody could see that this is a terrible situation. It's going to be the same thing after next season, only they're going to be saying, what comes next for the Knicks? They'll put up this crap about, oh, there'll be hope, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it's all going to be
Bob, but it's
back.
the genius of James Dolan. Everybody's talking about Phil Jackson. Nobody's talking about James Dolan unless he's throwing Oakley out of the Garden.
He loves that.
He's getting paid to be a shield.
Right.
That shield. But, this is just ridiculous. You get guys to run a system that they don't want to run.
And there's something to the fact that it is outdated, and AAU players in particular, I mean, the me culture, they can't buy into it. They're not used to it. And just to underscore, how out of touch Phil Jackson is, tomorrow he's going to the Shaquille O'Neal unveiling at Staples Center, the new statue that they're doing. And instead of scouting the games in Memphis, the NCAA games, when you got guys like Lonzo Ball playing, you got guys in UNC, and you got some of the top players in Kentucky, guys that he should be out there scouting. And Magic Johnson has decided to skip the Shaq unveiling and actually go scout there. And of course, Magic is a new
the frustration.
GM.
I mean, is he all in? I mean, is he willing to go out there and work? Then what is he doing?
Well, I'll tell you why he does. I'll tell you why he's doing it, because he's more concerned. Shaq was a part of his greatness when he was a coach, and he's more concerned with reinforcing that by appearing there when they could remember the good old days when the triangle worked. It's an ego thing. That's what it is.
It's all about the triangle, too. I mean, he believes so much in the system that he feels like it almost doesn't matter who he drafts. As long as he can get everybody to play the triangle, it will all work out.
But I think you hit the nail on the head. My husband actually played, with Phil, and he swears by the triangle. But he says it's a system program. You have to know your role, and a lot of guys now don't know their roles and don't want to know their roles.
It takes a long time to learn, and when you constantly turn over the roster, it's going to be a problem every single season. You're going to struggle every single season
so
because
it worked,
guys don't know.
20 years ago, but it's time to
it'll also be like trying to teach all of us advanced calculus. We'd flunk.
Right. Well, and it also helps when you have Michael, Scotty, Shaq, Kobe, Pau Gasol. I mean, that'll help any offensive system.
True, and you have to have guys who know a high IQ basketball.
Sure, absolutely. But it helps when you have some of the all-time greats that have ever played the game.
You got to go with
those guys aren't walking through the door anytime soon, by the way. No.